Good morning, students. Today we will deal with integrated rate law method. Now, previously we have done the rate expressions using the differential form. Then we have done the rate expression from the law of mass action. Then we have considered the rate law. Now we are going to derive the rate expressions for various order reactions. We are going to deal with zero and first order. Okay, which is there in our syllabus, and we will just by the method of integration come into the ultimate expression for the rate of these order reactions. Okay, now so today we are starting with zero order reactions. Now what is meant by a zero order reaction? Now if we consider a general reaction like this, A to product. Now, if it is a zero order reaction means what? Zero order reaction means rate of reaction is independent of the initial concentration of reactant. Okay, so here the reactant is specified by A, right? So let us have a look at few data. So at time t equal to 0, let us suppose the concentration of A is A, initial concentration. So product was 0. The reaction is not yet started. Now we are considering the parameters after a certain time t. Now let us suppose after a certain time t, the amount of product formed is X. So amount of reactant left out is, or the concentration of reactant is A minus X. Okay. Now what happens for a zero order reaction? Now for a zero order reaction, what we have seen here, rate of the reaction, if it is specified by capital R, is equal to K A to the power 0. Okay, because it's a zero order reaction, whatever is the order, that is specified as the power. Okay, now in general for this reaction, what can we write? Now rate is equal to, one form is minus dA by dt, since A is the reactant, which is also equal to plus dP by dt. And as we have seen, this is equal to K A to the power 0, since it's a zero order reaction. Right? Now let us consider the concentrations of A, P at a certain time t. So what we have seen here is, so here we can write rate is equal to minus d A minus X by dt is equal to plus dx by dt is equal to K A minus X to the power 0. Right? So either we can equate this with this, or we can equate this with this, right? So we are equating dx by dt is equal to K A minus X to the power 0. Now we all know that anything to the power 0 is 1. So from here we can write dx is equal to K dt. Right? Okay. Now we have considered a time interval which is from 0 up to a time t. So we are putting the limits as 0 to t. And what about the product concentration? Initially it was 0 at time t equal to 0, and at time t equal to t it is X. Now we are going for this integration. dx gives X. We need to put the limits 0 to X, and dt gives t, which is from 0 to t. Okay. So X minus 0 is equal to K T minus 0. So from here we can write X equal to KT. So this is the expression for a zero order reaction. Okay, now let us have a look to the data which were provided here. Okay, so what is the meaning of X? X is the product concentration after a time t. This is the amount of product formed, and at time t the remaining amount of reactant is A minus X, and the initial reactant concentration was A, right? So in place of X, X means the amount of product formed, and that is equal to the initial amount of reactant minus the amount of reactant, remaining amount of reactant at time t. So if we consider this X equal to KT, so from here what we can write is, if X is equal to KT, X means what? The amount of product formed. That also means the initial concentration of the reactant minus the concentration of reactant at time t. So we can also write it like this. Okay, so from here what we can write, A minus X is equal to A minus KT. So from here what we can say, A minus X is equal to minus KT plus A. That means here A minus X represents the remaining reactant concentration. Okay, A represents the initial concentration of the reactant, initial reactant concentration. Okay, now here if we are going to go for a plot of A minus X versus T, so what we are going to observe here, so this is of the form y equal to mx plus c. So y-intercept represents the initial concentration of the reactant. So if we are starting with the initial concentration like this A, so what is happening? So y equal to mx plus c, it's like a straight line plot. So the concentration, remaining concentration of the reactant or reactant concentration at time t versus time, so what will be the nature? It will be a decreasing plot. Okay, because the slope is k, because what is slope here? The slope here is minus k. So it is a decreasing plot, and A represents the y-intercept. This is according to the mathematical form here. Okay, now let us again have a look at this. From here we can get the unit of rate constant also. So X equal to KT. So from here K is equal to X by T. So X represents the concentration. So generally it is the molar concentration. So moles per liter, but and time is in seconds. So what is the unit of K? K is nothing but moles per liter per second. Right? Now another thing, what we have started with is, what is a zero order reaction? A zero order reaction is a reaction whose rate is proportional to the zero power of the concentration of the reactants. That means rate is not dependent upon the initial reactant concentration, okay, or the concentration of the reactant. That means if we are going to go for a plot which is nothing but rate versus concentration of the reactant, so what will be the nature? The nature will be, because this reaction is having a particular rate, suppose it is specified by this is the value of rate. So with the change in concentration of the reactant, the rate is not going to vary, okay, because rate is independent upon the concentration of the reactant. Okay, that's why we have written R is equal to K A to the power 0, where A represents the reactant. Okay, so with the change in concentration of the reactant, the rate is not going to change. So rate will always show a constant value. This is the speciality about a zero order reaction. And Another thing, if we are going to plot rate against time, what will happen? So we are plotting rate against time. So here also this reaction is having a particular value of rate, but the rate will also be constant with time. But don't have a wrong notion that with time the reactant is not going to get consumed. The reactant is going to get consumed, because if the reactants are not going to get consumed, how we are going to get the products? Okay. But the rate is not dependent upon the concentration of the reactant. The reactant concentration will decrease over time. That will surely happen. This is very much verified from this plot. But rate is not dependent upon the concentration of the reactant. So this is all about a zero order reaction. Thank you.